Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to the podcast Mindset Makeover, where we are empowering women with a smile. So today we're actually doing our second episode, and we will be discussing once again about mothers and their struggles. And what we really want to do is we really hope that we can encourage some of you out there. And of course, today I have my co-host with me, Michelle Horn.
Hello.
And yes, if you like our show or you have things that you want to say to us, just DM us like on her handle Instagram at the chill mom, or you can find me on Instagram at bumbirthbeyond.co. Or you can actually email me or you can email me at socialswithesther@gmail.com. Okay. So today, Michelle, what will we be discussing about? Let me see. What do you think about mothers who actually like to start stay-at-home mothers who would like to start their home business? Do you think they
Okay.
should do it, or this is absolutely in your alley?
I was going to say that. Yes, this is
Yeah.
absolutely my alley. Should, well, if they want to, I guess, like not everyone needs to. I feel like there's such a pressure, especially on social media. You see other mothers are like killing it in their business, they're doing some side hustle. Everyone have some sort of side hustle, and everyone's feeling like, am I, lacking behind, or am I not ambitious enough? Or I got like a lot of moms telling me as well that my husband told me to follow you or go to your website, and that's how I came across you, and my husband thinks that I should start a business. And I often ask them, is that what you want though? Right? At the end of the day, don't do something because it's trendy, because everyone else is doing it. So should you not? That's a question that you should answer for yourself.
I
Yeah.
think the thing about mothers, and I observe, including myself. When a woman, right, they become a mother, right, they start to think about hey, why this one don't have, why this thing not available in the market, like why the cloth like that, why the bottle like that. They start to innovate on their own, because they start to think like, how can I make my baby's life better? How can I
Mm.
make like my motherhood journey better with this kind of stroller? Like how special, right? So whenever they start thinking about what is not available in the market, they start to think about, hey, you know what? Actually, I can create this. So I have actually
Um,
I've never ever been exposed to the fact that there are actually so many women. They are actually in like the small business, because, and until I became a mother, because I realized that, wow, like there's so many mothers actually. They have like small businesses there, a lot there.
mm.
Do you realize? I'm sure a lot of mothers, they join you because they like all want to find out from you, like, Michelle, how do you get success? How do
Yeah,
you
I
get so
think like getting
successful?
started, there are a lot of people are thinking of getting started, and then there are also a lot who have started, and then they realize that business is not just about finding something, get something, or oh, this was not available in Singapore, therefore I managed to get it in and then sell it. Right? It's not as simple as that. People think it's all about finding the right product and then just sell it. There's more than that. It's about understanding your target audience. It's not like oh, this product can help everyone. All mothers would need it, or all everybody would need it, and realizing that they, because it's what I always tell my student is that when people, they don't know what they don't know, right? So all they know is they look at other people and see what other people are doing, which is the tip of the iceberg. What is at the top that they can see? What they can see is people posting on social media, and then people buying, and people like, sharing the success story. What they don't see is underneath that. There's so many things that is going on that support that business, that makes it profitable for the long run. And it's not like oh, now it's trendy, so let's just do that for now kind of thing, right? And a lot of wasted effort. A lot of them, like, we often see the success stories and we don't see the failures. All those who have started, kickstart, and then, finding themselves becoming a content creator, constantly churning out content only to get like 1-2 likes, no likes. Oh, how do I grow my social media? And all they think is like, oh, if only I post, one of my posts go viral, boom, and then my business will be successful forever, right? This is like people thinking of going on Oprah and like, oh, Oprah, say this is my favorite thing ever, and then get a boost in sale, which is true. but what happens after that? How do you manage that business so that it's sustainable over the long term, right? So it's very rewarding because you're building a brand that's yours. It's like almost like growing another baby, right? That's yours. It can give you reward financially for the long term, but it's not as simple as people think.
Yeah, I will say like it's not easy to start a business at all, honestly speaking, because there is nothing that's easy always. Like it's not just in the business, like in the arena of business, right? Anything that we want to like start, you want to learn ride bicycle, all these things, you're gonna meet with your challenges for sure, and you gotta have to be very overcoming. But I think one of the problems in that sense, like because you're already a mother, you're already like busy, right? And then you still have to run like small business, and small business, like you have to do everything yourself.
At the start, yes.
Yes, you have to do everything yourself at the start. You have to really do all sorts of stuff like creating content, like what you said. So I don't know. What do you think? Like, do you think so? How do you think one person should quantify whether they should actually start their own business or not? Like, when do they think like they're
How to
ready?
quantify? I think if that has been nagging at the back of your head for a while, like if you really want it, right, for yourself, it's not because of the pressure from your husband or you see other people. It's like not just a quick tickle or fancy, right? It's been on your head for a while. And you thought, maybe it's not for me, lah, but then it's still at the back of your head. Then just give it a go, right? Just give it a go. Like I like the analogy when you talk about cycling. You will never learn about how to cycle just by reading and watching people talk about cycling. You
Yeah,
really have to get on that bicycle and actually start pedaling. You can't just, a lot of people think that, oh, I just watch other people do it and just copy. No, you actually have to like jump in, put in some action, learn from some falls, and then hopefully you learn quickly enough on how to do it right.
correct,
I think I think at the end of the day, it's like how bad you want it, right? And
correct.
you at least carve out an hour a day. Not just, over the weekend I have all my time, but weekday I don't have time at all. All I need, I think, is important to have like a bit of momentum. Is like at least an hour a day. Like maybe your kids are sleeping or having a nap, that you're putting in some work. It doesn't have to be massive work, but at least day to day, there's some sort of momentum to it, rather than 5 days you do nothing and then weekend you do it. And then who knows, right? And then that is when I find a lot of people tend to lose steam and like, oh, I don't feel like it this week. And then they push another week, and then eventually it didn't happen.
Honestly, I will say that my observations is a lot of mothers, a lot of women lah, I'll say mothers, but they're actually not resilient enough. I'll say why I say this, because it's like, like when people look at social media, right, like what they say, right, like they find it like very fanciful, like wow, they have their business and they have this, they have that. They think that
Have
it's
a
like what you
life, they
mentioned,
get
correct,
events,
right?
yeah.
Like tip of the iceberg. It's like everybody desires to be an influencer for I don't know what reason, by getting free gifts, I think. But it's like they're not resilient enough. Like they I feel like the why. Like why you want to actually even be a business owner is very important, because it's like hello, like what's the point? Like why you want to learn cycling? You can't tell me you want to learn cycling because got nothing better to do, right? That's not like a strong enough why. Like if you want to start your own business, you have to be like, oh, because I really want to be a little bit more. Like maybe you are in a 9 to 5 job that's like stifling, and your 9 to 5 is 9 to 10. You don't get to see your children. You are missing out on, you got to weigh your pros and cons. I feel like it's not just like, oh, I got this thing, I think I can make the cloth looks more square, then you want to start a business. Like hello, like not good enough reason, I feel. What do you think? Do you think so? Like because I mean you've seen a lot more like small business owners, the females, than me, I think.
I think
What do you think? Do you
initially
think so
when
they
you
are more
start,
resilient?
yeah, it's definitely, I mean, having a good why is definitely, that's what people say, right? Start with why, right? I think, but sometimes it's very hard for people at the start to see their small little business could have such a big impact. especially when you're starting out. You can't have like a super big why, right? Even though, I've been telling people like try to have the big why so that it carry you through like the hard days. But initially when I first started, it was just really because I was bored, right? During the first episode, I shared that I started my business because I was really bored. And again, I don't want to rely on my husband financially, and I want something of my own. And just the act of have like this little why, little push, like, like you mentioned just now, some of those pain point that you have, you're working long hours. Your why could just be, I want to see more of my kids. I want to spend more time with my kids. And as you grow the business, the more you learn how your product or services could help other people. And I think inherently as human being, we want to be useful to other people, right? And the more we see our product be impactful and help other people and how it makes the world a better place, then that big why would eventually come to you the longer you are in your business. Because I think like you can't sit there and like haven't even started the business. Oh, I want to change the world peace, blah, 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 without actually knowing like,
I don't think so. Like need to
much of
think
a
to
burden
act
on
that.
yourself, no?
I don't think so. Like need to think to that extent lah. Because I always believe that if you do something right, and that thing is not coming back to you first, like in a positive thing, like if you work and then this work that you do is not going to come back to you feeling fulfilled, right? Then it's not going to go out to the community. Don't even think about what the world thinks is too far already.
Yeah, so I have a few, students who started the business like, oh, I want to be in a sustainable business. I want to help out in this. I want to, help the world, blah, 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 blah. But if your business is not even sustainable in itself, how can you help the world become more sustainable by advocating for sustainability, right? It's kind of first just take care of the basics first, take care of yourself first, and then only you can think about how you can, help your community and the world, the larger world, whatever it is, I think.
Right. Correct. That also reminds me, like, because like I've been in the financial line for like, I don't know, 15 years, right? And in being in insurance and family planning, it's like there are always people like in the early years, especially, they will say that they are. I was like, oh, what do you want to join the financial planning line? And then they will be like, oh, because I want to help people. Then I'll be like, huh?
You want to help people? There's other way to
because
help
they want to
people.
help people to like do financial planning, right? In some sense, it sounds very legit.
Like,
it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
It makes you feel good, but the truth
true.
is, you got no money, you haven't even like earned a single dime or like you haven't even done a proper planning for someone. So that's why when I'm having grown up in such a culture, right, I always didn't agree with that. I always feel like whatever that you do, you have to make sure that you are okay, you are fulfilled, you are building a small business, your small business is coming back to you. Like you have something to give to your children, you can have some money to bring them out, you have some money to treat yourself well, or I don't know, save in the bank. Then you think about like something more. But with that, I also see that a lot of people, they fail at the beginning. The beginning of like getting even like that, letting people know that, they are doing this. They probably just let their like relatives know that they are doing some small businesses, and then their friends, but they can't really reach out to more. And that's where a lot of like stay-at-home moms, when they start like small businesses, they just find it difficult to like break through, you know what I mean?
So you mean like just selling to the friends and family for the start, and can't break through to that?
Because after that, it has to be beyond your friends and family. And
I think that there are ways around it if you know like what the right thing to do, right?
Correct.
That's a hard one, but you're right. You definitely need to look after yourself first, right? I mean, there's a saying that you need to pour into yourself before you can pour out, right? Got to fill your cup first before you pour into other people's cup. Yeah. And I think it also like helps in your energy when you talk about your subject matter. And in your case, like, for financial planners who are just very green at the start, and if you're not, like you say, like if you're not taking care of yourself, and when you talk to other people, you lack that conviction, that confidence, that you're not in a desperate stage, right? To like close someone, take it or leave it. And that makes a huge difference when you are trying to influence in a way, right? Sales is about influence. When trying to influence someone and you're not comfortable in your own skin because you're not taken care of financially or mentally or feeling like you are enough, then it's hard to convince someone else to do what you want them to do, right? So pouring into yourself is it's definitely the first step first. Like fulfill yourself with either, of course, financially and mentally, and also like, you know, feel like you have that enough substance to talk about your subject matter, whatever business you are in.
Yeah. I think the reason why like a lot of stay-at-home mom, right, they think about like they want to start their own business. Also because like what else can they do? They always think to themselves, right? Like, can they like do, they don't want to do admin. I mean, not that they don't want to do admin, because maybe administrative work is at 9 to 5, so maybe not ideal, right? They want to have a bit
But
of...
you can start a business doing admin for other people, right?
I don't know, can they?
You can. Why not, right? VA, a virtual assistant, is basically doing whatever it is for small businesses. But of course, when you first start, you have to physically do the work, right? But after a while, once you are really good at getting clients know how good you are, then you can start to hire mini yous to do the work. You are the business owner.
Okay, ladies out there, this is a brand new business idea you have right there.
Yeah, I mean, like you can really turn anything into a business, but you just need to know that how to turn it into a business so that you're not selling your time for money. A lot of people think they have a business, but in actuality, what they have is they're self-employed. If they stop working, they don't have income, and that is not a business.
You know, like I know, I forgot what I want to say. Sorry. Like I know of like okay. I know what I want to say. You know what? Like I know that like Lee Kuan Yew ever said this thing, when I totally agree. He said like not everybody is born to be entrepreneurs. He believed in that. And he said even if you're like a good manager is just a good manager. They cannot, and I always believe that not everybody can be an entrepreneur. Like even
really,
start, like,
I think everyone can. I'm of the opposite view.
I don't believe in that, because I feel like in order to be an entrepreneur, right, you really need to check some boxes.
Yeah, but those boxes can be learned, and kind of like you can change your mindset, right?
So then Lee Kuan Yew say Lee Kuan Yew, not me, Lee Kuan Yew.
Okay, sorry, Lee Kuan Yew, I respect you, but in this matter,
no. then he said like even if you train, right, he said if the person has a little bit of qualities to be an entrepreneur, that means it's in within him. He said he will get there. You still can, but he says some is that really don't have. They don't harness that.
I think, you know what? I think it's because how we're being brought up, and the school system is not raising entrepreneurs.
I feel like that will be more people can be entrepreneur. No. I feel like that only means that more people can be entrepreneurs, but I don't believe that everybody.
If they are being trained in a right way, like different type of skills that you need to be entrepreneurs. It's true, not everyone can be entrepreneurs, but I think it can be learned. Like those mindset can be learned. You really need to like overhaul how you see the world. How like really have that like you say, right, that what perseverance, resilience, right, to because I believe that, you know, you believe you can, you believe that you can't. If you think you can and you're willing to change, and if you're willing to change, you're able to start to see things differently, and over time, I don't think it's you really
need to see my face.
It's really
the audience, they need to see my
that
face.
Someone is just set in their own way.
The truth is, people don't change much, you see. Don't you agree? People change, but don't change much. If you're gonna think about like how you were when you were 5 years old, I mean, your pattern is still a bear.
I don't know how
10 years old. 10 years old.
10 years old.
Really, if we're gonna like be really like think, people don't change much. That's the truth. When we truly want to find a change, like like for example, like you have been like working in a corporate world for since days of old, and suddenly you're like, oh, you know what, maybe this is not for me. But it's really because there's a push factor. Something is making you so damn uncomfortable that you're like, you know what, maybe this is not for me anymore. But people don't change much, no. Every day the habit is the same. Wake up, really got brush teeth, no brush teeth, do what first? All the same one, really. So I truly believe, and I always believe in a balanced world system. Now we talk about global already.
Wow.
You will need some people to be leaders. You will need some people to be followers. You will need people to be like your second, like in command. And you will also need people to like buy from you. Like imagine everybody is entrepreneur, right? Then how?
Hey, that can be like an entrepreneur.
We are like, I got cucumber, then I exchange for your fish. You want me?
That was how the world used to work, isn't it?
Correct. But yes,
but you're right. You're right. There's always, of course, there's not everyone could be something, and therefore you got people who are followers and just work for people. But I like to think that if the follower want to be a leader, they are skilled.
If they want,
yeah, not everyone.
But there's a price to pay.
What would be the price?
If you are like a follower and you want to become a leader, you have to shed your skin, seriously.
Yeah. So that's again come back to that willingness to change.
Correct.
You're willing to change. You're willing to, this is it, right? If the push factor is so damn like uncomfortable, right? Then you do it lah, right?
I think sometimes the willingness is not enough.
Yeah, and the thing is, and also because the thing is sometimes people get too comfortable, or the pain is not painful enough.
Surprisingly, I tell you what's funny, Michelle.
Yeah, what?
People can get comfortable in their pain. That's why they don't change.
That's right. That's right. Because the idea of change, even though it's for the better, is scary, right? Right. That's why like people stay in abusive relationship.
Yeah. Because they like the pattern.
Like at least I know, right? I get beaten once a week. If I go out and find another man, right, I might get beaten twice a week, Worse, I don't even get a man, right? This is scary. Same thing like people who cannot quit smoking. They know that it's bad for them, but the brain tells them that, hey, you've been smoking for 30 years, you didn't die. Continue. You know how hard is it to quit, right? People cannot get into that uncomfortableness. And that is what killing them. What's comfort may not be good for you. So sometimes it's good to have a bit of discomfort, right? Correct. People who want to strive for more, even though my life is comfortable, right? I could very well not do anything, but I find myself, it's kind of like self-created discomfort to damn, I need to be doing more. Correct. And that pushes me.
Yes. Yeah. I always believe that we need to make ourselves uncomfortable. It sounds very psychotic but that's the whole idea of like, for example, like I always like go and work out or whatever, right? Because that kind of pain, I don't enjoy working out for reals. Although people think that I look like I enjoy, but actually I don't enjoy. But it's like that's that discomfort when I work out, right, helps me to relieve a lot of my like anger, or like sounds like I'm very angry but of course I'm very angry because I have 3 young children. Like my anger or like my frustrations when it comes to my businesses, like where's the hurdles, and I think I just go like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and like go crush some people, and then I feel better, you know what I mean? So I think you need to be like this, like discomfort. And I think the matter of fact that people, right, they find it difficult to cross over this comfortable pain that they are facing is because they are just like don't want to step into the unknown, and they don't want to put in the, how do I say they don't want to put in the effort.
Scary.
But they don't want to put in the effort also to feel uncomfortable.
Then
it sounds like an irony, right? It
is. Human is complicated like that. It's just, something to be pondered. I guess like it's up to that person, right? Like,
right.
Having said that, then don't complain, just stay there, right? but if you want to change, there are tons of help out there. Yes, like, don't ever.
Michelle is also one of your avenue. You can go check her out, okay?
Don't ever feel like you're alone, right? Whatever you're going through, right? I mean, there's 7 billion people in the world. You think you're alone? So many people have been through what you've gone through,
I would say there's a lot of resources out there. Actually, you know, like if you are really thinking about like you want to start a business, there's obviously resources out there and people who are out there like experts and stuff like that. Like Michelle, she's doing this like all this, like just now she used the word momentum. I was like laughing lah because she has this like program called Momentum lah.
I know,
Like
I
I
in
and
there.
so it's like she has this type of stuff. So there are actually people out there who actually they do help like people in that sense to really figure out like how to navigate if you actually want to have small businesses. As for me, I actually really don't feel that everybody can do small businesses lah, because I think you really do what you feel most natural. I feel what you feel most natural, unless like that transition that you're going through, right, is so painful, then it will make you flourish suddenly. Because during desperation, that's when we're always most creative. That's what I always believe in. You know, like because I have met up with a lot of roadblocks in my like businesses and stuff like that. It's always when I'm like the poorest, the shittiest, like down in the mud already, until people only can see my pinky finger, then I have creativity. So it's like that. You must be able to go through that kind of like SHIT in a sense lah. So and also because you know like global, now we talk about global again. See, I very more today.
I know these
top
two
20
moms, right? Just talking about stay-at-home mom and like, wow,
Correct.
we're talking about anyway.
The
go
top 20%
for
of
it.
people, right? 5% they are like capital venturists, venturist. They just like find businesses to actually invest in, right? So that's also some of the things that Michelle herself she's already doing. Then after that, there is like the people who like do their. Otherwise, you're like a Mark Zuckerberg. You have your own business and you know you create your own stuff.
Inventor.
Then you have those like left like the 10%. What are they? They're actually self-employed, you know. But of course, I also believe because I'm both. I'm entrepreneur. I'm also self-employed. As a financial consultant, I started as a self-employed. But when I was much younger, I was already entrepreneur. I already started a lot of like funny businesses, all sorts of stuff. I even bought water.
When you say funny businesses, people thinking
no, funny but clean. Like I will go to
okay.
like Fair Price, like to go buy drinks, and then I bring to East Coast Park to sell. Like I'm that kind of person.
Wow.
So, but I understand because I'm both. I also can see like in our industry, in the financial industry, like how people they are like money in and money out. They don't have any percentage of money that's allocated for like marketing and all sorts of stuff. So I would say like otherwise, if you cannot like be like a Mark Zuckerberg, that means you cannot invent like a business or whatever, right? Then the alternative, right, is to just be a self-employed. It's sort of like a business, but it's not a business. It's like you are like, for example, like being in the financial line, for example, as a self-employed, or like even if you're a Grab driver, let's say, you are like
follow someone else's system.
Correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
Just go onto someone else's system.
Yeah.
You don't need to care about promotional stuff or whatever. But you check the boxes for flexibility of work. You can have your own time. You can spend time with your children. That's what you want, right? And you do get commission. You do get paid. Well or not well, another story lah, right? But you see, if you are willing to work, right, there are like Grab drivers that say that they earn $8,000. Then there are like financial industry, like the financial consultants in Singapore, they are actually earning a great remuneration. And we are actually the people like who are actually helping people to plan. The government loves us because if not what, Singapore is not a welfare country. If we don't ask you to save your money, then you think the government will give you money. No, right. Of course, I love the government. I save first. But that is also one of the ways. So you can do your small business. But you need to be really, really resilient. You have to think about your promotional item, what you want to invent.
You have more autonomy, like you're building your own brand, something you can proud. But the easy way is definitely, follow a system, financial planning, like, network marketing, if you're like into products and stuff like that. But everything is planned out for you. You just follow the system and willing to put in the work.
Correct.
Of course, you need to show up for work, right? It's not like join and come, right?
That's why I feel like a lot of stay-at-home moms, like one of the problems is also like when they want to start their own businesses or like they want to join, like say they want to join my team and that kind of thing, right? They are like, they have difficulty showing up for work. They have difficulty just taking out that 1 hour.
People have like a lot of excuses.
Yeah.
Right. They're not bad enough. They're not they're not like you say, right? They're not
Hungry.
desperate, hungry enough. They're
Correct.
like, oh, okay, lor, like, still can manage, or my child sick, or
Correct.
my dog vomit, my everything lah. A lot of excuse one,
Yeah.
everything. But if you
Yeah.
see that as excuse, if you really have to do it, like die, right? Tomorrow you got no money to like even buy bread. You don't care. I mean, like, not care your kids sick. Like, I mean, sick, you don't have to be there, ma, right? Give medicine and someone else can care your mom or whatever. You figure out a way.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Just
yeah.
like people are like, oh, I don't have money. Like, this is a burden, right? But just imagine if your child is sick, you really have to come up with the money. You'll be very resourceful.
Yeah. Correct. Correct. You're right.
If you're full of excuses, then you just live with your excuses, lor. I think like a lot of people, right? That's what I feel. Like sometimes I get so frustrated at people.
Michelle is
Like,
angry already. Yeah.
yeah, I know. Like
No.
people are like, I want this, I want that, but this is this. At the end of the day, at the end of your day, deathbed, and you feel like, oh, I should have done that because I was limited by this, then I cannot help you. Or you can say like, I don't have time, but I can make time. I don't have enough money, I can make money. As soon as I step out there, there's like so many options. Anyway, get off my soapbox.
I think at the end of the day, it's like when you're a stay-at-home, obviously we know what you want, right? You want to have like freedom of time, you want to have time with your
Money.
children, money, but they also need to possess like the qualities to actually either start your small like businesses, or you can always be a self-employed, because there are always so many resources and so many jobs out there. But yes, you got to put in the work still. But of course, we will not be able to advise like what you should do or what you should not do when your kid is sick, or or your dog vomit. We cannot advise, but what we're just trying to say
it's not like a
is
whole day, right? You can at least find 1 hour, right?
maybe keep vomiting there.
Huh? Then bring it to the vet lah, right? And then just deal with it, and then you'll find time. Right?
I think it's about what we're just trying to drive is when you are hungry enough in your life, like maybe some of you are struggling, because obviously we are all struggling one way or another, but you have to dig deeper on how to be a problem solver, like dig deeper on what you really want at the end of the line. And I think that is where you will actually realize that, oh, you know what, although my dog vomit all the time, but I can have a solution.
Yes, exactly. I mean, like, there must be a solution. It can't be all day long.
Correct.
Right? Don't let just one thing like cancel your entire day, your entire week.
I just want to say we love your dogs, and I myself, I have 2 dogs, and I'm looking at them
I
now.
love my kids, right? I mean, when they're sick, I give them medicine, or I give them, whatever nutrition supplement that they can have, and then they rest, they sleep. I don't need to be there.
They cannot see your action.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't need to be there, like, just
Stroking
be
them.
like right next to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how I built my business really was like, kids were here, breastfeeding, laptop here.
Yeah.
If you really want it hard enough, like you make time, you do something about it. So,
but don't worry, okay, ladies, because success is for everyone. Okay, whether you're an entrepreneur, you're leader, not leader, follower, whatever, in your own trade, in your own way, as a mother, you still can be successful. That's what I truly believe in. Okay, although I don't believe that everybody can be an entrepreneur, but I believe that everybody can.
You can be a successful stay-at-home mom if you're happy with that, right? If you don't feel like you need to do anything else, be a successful stay-at-home mom, raise amazing kids. That's a success in its own. Yeah.
Yes. Because I also believe that being a stay-at-home mom is a calling. When I look at my mom do it, right, I thought so that she did quite well.
Yeah.
Except that she put on some weight, but she did quite well. So I always think that stay-at-home mom is a calling. So I believe that every single woman, they deserve to flourish. You deserve to flourish. You deserve to do well. And yes, just DM us, tell us like your struggles and all sorts of stuff. And we love your dogs. We love your kids. And we'll see you guys for our next episode. Like, stay tuned. And it's really nice. I think we really want to see like what you guys like what are the kind of feedbacks that you girls are like giving to us, and then we can really see if we can actually expound a little bit more on today's topic, because it's heavy, not too heavy, but you know what, That's what we're here for. We're trying to empower women with our smiles. So we'll see you guys for our next episode, and just stay tuned and write to us and subscribe, of course. And see you.
Bye.